All right, today has been a crazy day. I didn't plan on doing an update, but a lot of things happened, that mostly good things. And like you see this, you have no idea you have any idea what this is? What does it look like? Well, I bought a new car, believe it or not, and I just came back from the dealer in the nearby town. Hold on, let me just put this. Oh, perfect. So I came from the dealer in the nearby town because my local Chrysler dealer would not give me the light of day. They, we play with the numbers. They give me a good, that's the whole point. They give me excellent trade-in value for the car, because everything is higher now, right? And so this is a chance for me to get from out of this contract, right? But they were adding a bunch of fees, loan fee, admin fee, and I look at the payments, and it's like crazy, And I said, guys, what is all this? And then, of course, they started calling me, and I said, forget it. So I called the dealer in Oakville, which is a town about 40 miles away, 65 kilometers away. And that's where I bought this Challenger. And so for them, I'm not like a stranger, even though I live in Cambridge, right? I'm based in Cambridge, but these guys, this Gold Chrysler, I just brought the car to them a couple of times for service, but they didn't sell me the car. So I don't know why they were so greedy. And so I called this Chrysler dealer in Oakville, where I bought the car, and they gave me a much better deal, lower payments, and so I drove there, gave them a deposit, and we signed all the paperwork. That's what the paper I showed you, that's the basically bill of sale, vehicle purchase agreement. And then, because I booked 2 loads for next week, they wanted me, they said, let's do the delivery Tuesday. And I said, I cannot do it Tuesday, because Tuesday I'll be in the States. I don't think I will come back by Friday. And so they said, okay, how about Saturday? Okay. And so everything is signed. So they have the deposit. I have the plate on my Challenger, right? And so I'm driving back. My phone rings, and the guys, I'm already like 20 miles away. And the sales guy says, oh, Sergei, actually, we already signed everything. We don't need to wait till Saturday. If you want, we can do the delivery today. I said, you kidding me, right? He already called me in once. I went back, I thought we were done. I went to my car, and then he calls me and he says, can you come back to the building, because the financial guy is here, actually, because he was not supposed to be there, and we can sign everything today. So that was the first time. Like, I almost left. I said, good thing I didn't leave, And so I went in, spent like half an hour with the financial guy. I said, but I'm not buying anything. Don't add any warranty or any options, because, I know how they can, increase the contract. And I checked everything, and there was like 20,000 signatures and 50,000 initials you have to do on a 70-page contract. So, and then I'm driving back, and the guy said, well, actually, if you want, we can do the delivery today. I said, you kidding me, right? I'm already on the freeway 20 miles away. You want me to turn around? I said, I have an appointment at the Cal Tire. That's what you see. That's what I'm doing. I already had to do one circle, because this guy, you see this guy parked next to me? That's a trailer. They park like this. Like, sure, this is a one-way traffic. You're only supposed to go this way, but they have to park that trailer because there's a ramp there. And that's what they do, is they load, garbage tires in there. And then I'm guessing once a week, this guy shows up and he takes that trailer, like loaded, he pulls it here, and then he brings an empty trailer with him and he parks it there. So that one is empty. Now he's living with the loaded one. But for him to do this, I was in the way. So they said, hey, can you please do a circle around and then come back? I mean, man. And it's all very tight in here. It's, it's not a big property. And so, yeah, right now I'm waiting for this guy. This guy has like freaking 20 tires that need to be replaced. And that's the problem here. It's all, first come, first served basis. And sometimes you come in, there's nobody here, boom, 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 30 minutes, you're out. And then you have to wait. I've been here probably already an hour and a half. Just, this guy was changing 2 steer tires, and then they found 2 tires on the trailer, and he's getting 2 used tires. And I'm next. So basically I have to change that. It's like the last tire that I have in a bad shape, because I changed what, like 5-6 of them in the last 2 months. This is the last tire that have a very bad wear on the inside. And I asked him to move that dirty aluminum rim back inside, because this bad tire was on the outside, and I thought if we put it inside, maybe it'll correct itself. But no, nothing happened. And so I told the guy, hey, since we're already changing the tire, let's put this new tire on the outside so we can hide again that dirty, ugly aluminum rim inside where it was, right? So now the trailer will look much nicer. And I'm getting again this Siloon 275, 16 ply. And I told him, I said, please make sure you put in 125 psi, like all my tires. And the guy says, okay. But the funniest part of the day was, because my next 2 loads are 50-ton loads, because first I booked only 1 load from PA to Ontario, and then all of a sudden I booked another one from Ontario to Ohio, and this one is 77,000 pounds. The one from PA is 84,000 pounds. So I don't need the stinger, and I don't need the long neck, because then, I'm like 92 feet long. I need a pilot, and those are crazy expensive, right? And so I asked the guy who keeps the excavator in my yard to let me borrow his machine, and he said no problem, as long as you're careful. He says don't hit anything. I said don't worry. So I have the key, right? And with CAT, 1 key opens any machine, And so I spent a couple of hours there. It was very difficult, very challenging. So all by myself. So first I flipped the long neck, like the 83-inch neck extension, right? I flipped it up. Then I was playing with the pins, make sure they're released. And of course, at first also all the pins are stuck, so you have to play with the excavator, pick it up, drop it down till the pins release, and you can take them out. And then I flipped the neck like this, and again I played with the pins, up down till I was able to get them out. And then I lifted the flip box, and I take it off and I put it on the ground. And then I went in and I got the shorter one. And imagine, just by yourself, I was able to position it properly inside the eyes. But no matter what I did, I couldn't make the holes match. Because you can jump out 20 times and then lift, go forward, go backwards, left, right. I could not do it. I spent probably 40 minutes trying to match the eyes on this short neck. And finally a couple of guys showed up, my neighbors in this parking lot. And I went in and I pleaded with one guy. I said, please, can you? I said, I cannot do it just sitting in the excavator. And he was directing me. He says, go down, go up. You see, I would never be able to do it. You need another guy. And so he was able to put that in. And so this was it. The flip box was sitting like this, right? And then I just hooked up 1 chain. I flipped it down, and I was able to put the pins in, hooked up all the hoses, the hydraulics. The hydraulics wouldn't hook up, so I had to flip the hoses. Like that end that didn't want to hook up to the trailer actually hooked up much nicer to the truck. And I just reversed them. And then I still have the stinger, right? And then I drove forward with the trailer. I hooked up to the trailer, drove forward till the stinger was opposite the excavator on the side. And I managed to disconnect the stinger by myself in probably 10 minutes, because all the pins were loose. And I put the timber under the jack on the stinger, and nothing is, like, all the hoses are disconnected, so nothing is holding the stinger it's just supposed to drop on that timber, but the eyes sit on top of a trailer, right? And I started driving slowly. I look in the mirror, the Stinger is following me, even though all the hoses are disconnected. But that Stinger, it does not have parking brakes. So even you don't have, you don't have any air, the Stinger the tires will still spin. So which can be very dangerous. And so I went back and I lifted the trailer in the back, and I was able to flip the timber, make it taller, put it under there, and then drop the suspension again. And so now the Stinger, the pressure was gone between the Stinger and the trailer. And then I drove forward and then used the excavator. It took me another half an hour to hook up properly to the Stinger, turn it around, and I put it all the way in the back in the dirt under the tree there in the back. So the neck was flipped, the Stinger was removed, and now I just have a Trident trailer. And I'm looking at that flip axle and I'm thinking, no way, like what am I gonna do with that flip axle? There's no way I can do it by myself with the excavator. I can lift it, but there's no way I can make 4 points match where the 4 pins go in. I thought maybe I should just lift it, drop it on the deck, and hope that the place where I'm loading in Milton has a wheel loader. And then I said, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna call the wrecker service, because this is gonna take like half an hour with the wrecker, because they have dual winches. So it's very easy for him, because he hooks up one winch to 2 spots and then another winch cable to another 2 spots, and he can change each cable independently. It's much easier than with the excavator. And yeah,
might as well pull up. I have to condemn his studs.
Okay.
He's got at least 2 studs that I can't let go. So you might as well pull up, and then I can get started.
Okay, just park the trailer on the concrete, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that poor guy. Boy, he's changing tires, but he said he has a problem with the studs. Like everything is rusted. So he says he can get started on me. But you see, it's raining now, right? I wanted to call the wrecker today. It's 2:25 now. But I checked the weather forecast, and the rain will intensify by the end of the day. But I checked tomorrow morning, and it says 0.4 millimeters. So it's gonna be drizzling, but very lightly. And so I just got off the phone with the wrecker company. I said, guys, this is Sergei from so-and-so address. You guys know I've used your company before. Alright, that should be good enough. Yeah, basically they have a concrete pad in there, and that's where they want the tire that they're changing. They want it against the door where they have the air and all their tools. But I know they don't like it when you sit in the truck, so I have to get my mask and go wait inside. But you see, like, it's raining pretty bad. And so yeah, this day was crazy, I'm telling you. So I spent so much time by myself doing that, flipping the axle, flipping the flip box, and then removing the Stinger and parking it in the back. But I couldn't hook up the last flip. And I was supposed, like yesterday, right? We did this deal on the phone with the car in Oakville, And so at first I said I'll be there at 1 o'clock, and then I'm thinking, wait a second, I forgot about the tire. And I called the sales guy. I said, okay, how about if I come earlier because I got free earlier? And he says, no problem. And so I went there. I was there like at 11. I left at 10:15. I was there at 11. It's, you know, it's 64 kilometers, like just over 40 miles. And we looked at the car. He looked at my car and signed everything. So now you see I'm in time for my tire. And so tomorrow at 8 o'clock, the wrecker is coming to help me with the flip axle. And as soon as we're done there, I'm gonna drive my Challenger one last time to Oakville, and then move all my stuff into the new car, and that's it. And then drive back and hopefully enjoy the new car over the weekend. And then Sunday I'm leaving. No, wait a second, I'm not leaving Sunday. I'm staying here till Monday, because Monday I'm loading in Milton, which is 15 miles away. You know, it doesn't happen often that I have a load from Canada. So this time I got lucky. It doesn't pay much, but still it's way better than just drive, you know, 400 miles empty, right? So this time I'm making money both ways. You know, I'm making money going into US, and then I'm making money coming back to Canada. So my Accordion is still somewhere stuck on a plane. And so tomorrow I'll make sure I actually, my GoPro is charged, so tomorrow I'll do a video showing you how we do the flip axle with the wrecker. I hope it's that nice guy Greg. I like that name because my grandfather was Gregory, and so Greg, I like this name. And my mom, her middle name, you know, like in Russia, you get your middle name from the first name of your father. Like it's the tradition. And my mom is Catherine Yekaterina Grigorievna. Grigorievna means daughter of Gregory. And I'm Sergei Mikhailovich, which means that I'm son of Michael, because my father's first name was Michael. See, that's how they do it. You cannot just give somebody a name out of the blue, you know, like Sergei Johnson Dratchev, you know. Your middle name is always the form of a first name of your father. And so yeah, Gregory was my grandfather on the maternal side. So this guy is very nice. Like, he's very experienced with his wrecker. He's an owner operator. And so yeah, so stay tuned. And yeah, so tomorrow, flipping the axle, actually hooking up the axle to the trailer, and then one less drive with the Challenger. And I might maybe talk about, you know, advantages and disadvantages that I learned about that car through the 18 months I owned it. And then we'll do a walk around with the new car and drive back to Cambridge and enjoy the weekend.
Thanks for watching. Ciao.